Go for it.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Amanda. I need everybody to close their eyes. Imagine yourself sitting in a hospital room with a family member, a close friend, or even a loved one laying in the hospital bed next to you because months ago they found out they were in need of a new kidney. They were put on the waiting list right away, but have been waiting for over 13 months for a phone call that would change their life. They finally received the call they had been hoping and crossing their fingers for, that there was a kidney available, but unfortunately it wasn't a good match. So they had to go back on the waiting list. They don't know how much longer they can live without it. A couple months later, this person is no longer living because they couldn't find a kidney transplant fast enough, and your family and loved ones are left hopeless. Imagine that you had to wait for something that you really needed, and it came to life or death. Now open your eyes. Almost everyone has the ability to save someone's life without sacrificing anything at all. According to Organ Donation Network, more than 11,000 people are currently on the waiting list for an organ transplant. Today I will be talking about organ donation, and hopefully by the end you will be encouraged to want to be an organ donor and save someone's life. The main points I will be talking about today is the importance of organ donation and why it's needed, how you can save lives in simple, easy steps, and the benefits on how it hurts you, or how it hurts you. According to Choice 1 in Academic, this graph explains the needs for organ donors. In 1993, there was less than 20,000 donors. And in 1999, it never went up, it just almost stayed the same. And in 2008, it barely went up. In 1993, the patients on the waiting list were under 40,000. And in 2008, it went up all the way to over 100,000 people on the waiting list. But as you can see, there's not enough donors to cure the people that are on the waiting list. The problem is that the lack of organ donors, that doesn't make the organ the need is for a new name is added to the national waiting list every 16 minutes, but the problem is that 10 people will die every day waiting for an organ transplant. I'm sure that you can see the need for you to be an organ donor, so now we will talk about how you can become an organ donor. There is many myths of organ donation. Some people think if they agree to donate their organs, the hospital will not work as hard to save their lives. But actually, when you go to the hospital for treatment, they will focus on saving your life, not somebody else's first. Another myth is, will your family be charged if you donate your organs? But no, the family is only charged for the cost of all final efforts to save your life. And another myth is only heart, livers, and kidneys can be transplanted. But the needed organs include heart, pancreas, lungs, liver, and intestines, and now even in this generation, skin can be transplanted. Now that we talked about how easy it is to become an organ donor, we can talk about what it can do to benefit you. This is a picture of people rushing to save someone's life. And this is when someone's life has been saved. And this is, you can give hope to people, for people that need organ donation. What if the next person on the waiting list for an organ transplant was someone you knew? Think of the satisfaction you could get for saving someone's life. How many of you today will go home, or will agree right now to sign a paper to become an organ donor? Okay, how many of you will go home and research and consider becoming an organ donor? Thank you.
My name is Sharia Walker. Hi, honey. Hi. Okay, can I just have everyone to close your eyes? Okay, just imagine that you were on your way home from school with your cousins and sisters and you were coming through the intersection. And all you're seeing was your life in front of you. And a truck was coming full speed ahead, and when you wake up, you don't remember anything, but you realize that you're in the ambulance and your sister is screaming in pain. It was the moment that I realized that I was in a horrible car crash, and it was due to the person that hit us driving drunk. Okay, you can open your eyes. Today I will be talking to you about drunk driving, and in the beginning of my speech, you will be informed on things you can do to prevent drunk driving, and by the end, you'll stop and think to drive sober and not drive drunk. According to Centers for Disease and Control, almost half of all drivers who were killed in crashes tested positive for drugs and alcohol in their system. Now that you know on purpose, let's move on more to find out what you can do to protect yourself and others. Drunk driving and, these are my main points: drunk driving and its effects, the problems drunk driving can cause, and what impairments drinking can cause, problems that come about when you're impaired, and protecting yourselves and others, and what you can do to protect yourselves and others around you. According to the Centers for Disease and Control Prevention, protecting yourself and others is very important. And this is a graph based on drunk driving, and in the blue, this is 50% of the drivers who were actually just driving drunk, and 21% were actually in the car with the drunk driver, and then the 12% is the orange, and that was the drunk pedestrians or bicyclists that were actually hit by drunk drivers, and the red is non-drunk drivers that were hit by drunk drivers. And in the blue, that was a repeat, sorry. But in this one, I don't know why that's there. Okay, now that you're well informed on how to protect yourselves and others, let's talk more about driving impairments. According to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, these are the impairments drunk driving can cause, and this is a myth of drunk driving, and it is drunk driving does not cause costs to the United States. Actually, drunk driving costs the United States over $132 billion a year. Not many people die from drunk driving every day. In America, another 27 people die as a result of drunk driving every single day. And children aren't usually in drunk driving related crashes. In 2010, children were killed in crashes, and 211 children were killed in crashes, and 62% of them actually was in the car with the driver. After speaking about drunk driving and its impairments, let's talk more about drunk driving and its effects. According to Stephen Kisby, Drunk Driving Detroit, this is a slide, a picture of someone being arrested for drunk driving. And in 2010, people died in alcohol-impaired driving crashes. In 2011, over 1.4 million drivers were arrested for driving under the influence. And every 53 minutes, someone is killed in a drunk driving crash. Okay, and my conclusion. According to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, I would like to ask if any of you who would go to a door and ask everyone to walk with you on the streets to help you find all drunk drivers on the road. Okay. Well, if that's too much to ask, I want to ask of everyone, if you see drunk driving about to happen, try to prevent it in the best way that you can. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Natalia, and I will be talking to you guys about exercising. I want you guys to close your eyes, and I want you guys to imagine 38% of your friends are living healthy, and a lot of them have a healthy lifestyle. They exercise, they drink water, eat healthy, and always seem to have a positive and energetic attitude. On the other hand, you are being part of the 62% that always seem to feel lazy, tired, and unhealthy. The worst part, you feel overweight because you lack on exercising and keeping a healthy lifestyle. The worst part comes when you go to the doctor and they tell you you're overweight and seem to have a lot of body fat and diabetes. The first thing you ask yourself, why couldn't I be part of the 38%? Okay, you guys may open your eyes. So I'll be talking to you guys about exercising, and today, hopefully you guys will be encouraged in exercising more and keeping a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so according to the University of Arizona on Bone Builders, only 38% of teenagers and adults exercise. The other 62% are setting themselves for a sedentary life and the problems that come with it. So my main points today will be on taking actions, how to exercise, be healthy, and steps to follow, the consequences of non-exercisers, what occurs if there's no physical activities, and the causes and effects, and the benefits of exercisers. So just like anything, there's always benefits and consequences, and these are the consequences. Okay, so non-exercisers suffer from depression. Non-exercisers are likely to be overweight. Non-exercisers tend to feel lazy, weak, and tired. And non-exercisers reduce fat percentage daily. When there is no physical activity, it increases heart diseases. And when there is no physical activity, it increases diabetes. That was supposed to be next. Okay, so from the non-exercisers suffer from depression, 25% of Americans suffer from depression due to this. 149.3 million are overweight. 27% of Americans are lazy due to no physical activities. Americans have over 36% of body fat, and the normal body fat you're supposed to have is at least like 8.5 or 7 point something. Okay, and 20.5% of Americans suffer from heart diseases. And diabetes is one of the highest Americans have today, with the 66%. Okay, and this is a picture of someone showing that they have 36% of fat. And according to Heart.org, on an article of overweight and obesity, Americans have over 36% fat in their bodies due to no type of physical activity. And those who exercise are likely to only have a normal percentage of 8.5 of body fat. Okay. The benefits of exercising is living longer. It helps you protect heart diseases. You have stronger muscles and joints. You have a very good physical appearance, feel confidence. You feel confidence towards yourself. You have a relaxed mind. You feel more energetic, and you have a positive attitude. You also have a highly chance of burning faster, and you are always motivated. Results of taking actions. This graph is about people, citizens that actually committed themselves in exercising, and the green is means 40% of them were actually 40% of them said there was a big difference of physical appearance. The gray is a healthy body, which is 30%. And the orange is muscle endurance, meaning having good muscles and joints, and that was with the 25%. And only 5% said that they still feel lazy, which was lower than before they started exercising. Okay, nice. So now you decide if you want to have a healthy lifestyle, you want to have lower body fat in your body. And I want you guys to question yourself if you want to be part of the 38% of the teenagers that actually had a healthy lifestyle. So I, blank, starting today, will start a diet plan and begin my journey in exercising at least 3 to 4 times a week for 30 minutes in order to maintain healthy, prevent overweight, and live longer. So how many of you actually want to exercise 3 to 4 times? Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Yashira, and I would like you to close your eyes and picture yourselves back in time when your parents were young, they were happy, just married, and all of a sudden they get the news your mom is pregnant. They're happy, they're excited, but at the same time they're thinking, should we do this or should we not? They decide that it's not the right time to have a baby, they can't afford it, so they decide to have an abortion. Picture that moment. If they decided they were going to have an abortion, would you be here today or would you not? Open your eyes. Today I will talk to you about abortion, and before I start I would like to let you know that the pictures can be a little bit graphic. According to facts-induced abortion in the United States, nearly half of pregnancies among American women are unintended. 22% of these pregnancies excluding miscarriage end in an abortion. Today I will talk to you about abortion and the risks that it has, and by the end you will have a different thought about abortion and what it can do to someone. My main points will be abortion has opposing viewpoints. Is it right or is it wrong? Abortion can go under attack from society. Is it an attack or do they accept it? And the side effects and risks of an abortion. Is it worth it or is it not? According to abortion myth, Texas Right to Life, there's a lot of myths going on between society and what they believe. Most of them believe abortion is mainly a last option as a result of rape or incest. The most common reason is because people are unready for a responsibility or they can't afford to have a child right now. The typical aborted woman is a teenager. That's wrong. 33% of women having an abortion in 2001 were between the ages of 20 and 24. Abortions are not mentally or emotionally harmful to women. Actually, 96% of the women felt their abortion had taken a human life away. Now that you know the myths and what they can do and the opposings, I would like to talk to you about the opposing views Americans have. Not all of them think alike. Not all of them accept an abortion or think it's right. According to United States abortion statistics, 79% of Americans don't support the current abortion on-demand policy. 68% of them think abortion should be legal only in certain circumstances. And only 11% of Americans believe it should be illegal in all circumstances. Now that you know the opposing viewpoints, I would like to talk to you about the side effects and risks it could have. According to the article Induced First Semester Abortion and Risk of Mental Disorders, abortion has been linked to breast cancer from 28 different studies. These studies are telling that after having an abortion, the increase of having breast cancer is higher than what it should be in a normal way. Also, after having an abortion, a common risk, it could be from chronic abdominal pains. Women will start having abdominal cramps because the baby had just been extracted from them in a rough way. And it could just turn your whole intestines, just not turn them apart, but it's really rough on the body for them. It's really stressful inside your body. And the most common side effect could be depression. Like I said, 96% of women thought they had taken a life away. So imagine a woman just had an abortion because they can't afford it, but in the back of their head, it would be like, what if I did? What if I could afford it and I did have it? I just killed my baby because I thought I couldn't do it. They will rip their life away just having that thought in their mind for the rest of their lives, believing they took a life away. Now that you know the risk that it has and what people might think about it, how many of you will agree to participate in a march today and this afternoon on campus against the abortion? If it's a little too much for you, how many of you will tell your friends and family about the risk an abortion can have? And if you know someone that is choosing to have an abortion, tell them what could happen and try to just make them think about it before actually doing it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Christina. May everyone close their eyes, please. Thank you. Imagine you are awoken by the sun's rays shining upon your face. It was shining so bright that you could barely open your eyes. The sweat was dripping down your face and on your arms. And as you finally can get your eyesight back, as you look around, you realize you are nowhere near society, and you are in the middle of nowhere. And all of a sudden, your mouth becomes really sticky and dry, and your first thought is to find water. Everyone can open their eyes now. Okay. Each year, about 2 million people die from dehydration. Dehydration is also the second leading cause of death of kids under the age of 5. And it's also according to Wuhan by dehydration in the Gallup Encyclopedia of Nursing and Allied Health. Today I'll be talking about the benefits of drinking water, and by the end you guys will hopefully want to add drinking water to your daily routine. The 3 main points I'll be talking to you guys today is to gain knowledge, the strength over weaknesses, and to live or to dehydrate. Therefore, now I'll be talking about how water can help all our brains. In this graph, it shows how many ounces each type of body weight we need in a day. For example, this is about 4 cups, and this is about 8 cups right here. And this is according to the benefits of drinking water, or the editors of Pure Health. Drinking water also helps the part of the brain, the cognitive function. Our brain also needs oxygen to function. It also improves, if we drink more water each day, it also it improves the performance of 30% as well. And drinking water also it supports the nerve function, and it also helps to relay the messages to each part of our body. Next, I'll be talking about the strength that it gives us. And our body is made up to 70% of water. So these are some myths. A hand's vitamin water is better than plain water. To drink several glasses of water at night to speed your metabolism. And bottled water is better than tap water. Well, vitamin, it is good for you, but it also adds more sugars that's unneeded. So regular water is fine. And drinking water like really late at night, it interferes with your sleep, so that's not really always a good thing. And then the last one is water is water, so bottle and tap, unless you're in a third world country, it's the same amount of water. And also the benefits of drinking water, no one likes dry skin. You always see everyone carrying around lotion. And water is one of the benefits to keep our skin healthy and moisturized. As well as we grow older, it also helps to reduce wrinkles and like curl lines on our face. The muscles that water helps us is it helps our muscles to work longer and stronger as well, and it helps to carry the oxygen throughout our body. The joints in our body to keep it strong, healthy, and lubricated, and also joints need water to keep moisturized so we can help us to get flexible. Last, I'll be talking about ways to not get dehydrated. Like I said before, dehydration is the second leading cause of kids under the age of 5. And this is one of the biggest leading causes in like the third world countries as well. We all need water to have our body function, and on average, we cannot live 4 days without water. And dehydration occurs when the body loses water more than it actually intakes. The risk factors of dehydration are UTIs, alcohol usage, fever, vomiting, confusion, and illnesses. The causes of dehydration is forgetting to drink, limited access to water, and forgetting that we're thirsty. Prevention is to monitor our weight. Always remember to keep our body fluid and also relying on medication. And this is by the facts about dehydration by quoting the main centers. So next, I'll ask you guys, which all you guys be able to carry around a gallon of water with you throughout your entire day? I guess not. And then next, I'll ask you guys, would you guys want to carry around a bottle of water and keep you guys self-hydrated? Thank you. Good morning, I'm Stephanie. Mia, if I can have everybody close their eyes, please.
Imagine for a moment that you're 7 years old. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. Someone is knocking on the door. Your parents wake up very concerned. Dad looks in the hole of the door. He sees who's knocking. He sees men with uniform. He opens the door scared. 6 men get into the apartment saying loudly, "Get on the floor." You're concerned. You're scared. The officer yells to your parents, "Where are your papers? Are you illegal?" The dad responds, "Yes, but my son is an American citizen." The officer pulled your parents out and handcuffed them. The dad asked the officer if he could call somebody to pick you up. The officer says no. He handcuffed them and he took your parents away from you. Now you may open your eyes. According to DHS.gov, there are approximately 10.8 million illegal immigrants living in the United States today. Today, I'm going to talk about illegal immigrants, and by then, you will know how these individuals want to better themselves and make a future to their family. Well, some of the main points I'm going to be talking about: illegal immigrants, where do they come from? Legalization of immigrants, the reform, and the Dream Act, what exactly is it? Where do they come from? According to census.gov, I found this data in the website. Some of the countries that they come from is from Mexico, as you guys could see. In 2012, there was a little than 50%. In Central America, it was a little more than 11%. In South America, they were about the same. In Asia, it went a little up to 11%. In other, it was about 22%. In 2011, it rose a little more to 60%. In Central America, it went a little down. In South America, it went a little down as well. In Asia, it went down to 3%, and to other, it went down to 11%. In 2012, it went a little more for Mexicans. In Central America, went a little more, and in South America and Asia, it stayed the same, and in other, it went a little up. As you guys can see the graph, some of them it has been decreasing or increasing at the same time. According to immigration data.com, United States immigration policy needs to be reconfigured because it has too many controversies. Immigrants sacrifice their life in order to improve the life of the family. They deserve an equal opportunity to provide the well-being of their family. On the Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1986, it provided amnesty to 2.7 illegal immigrants. This bill gave opportunity to unauthorized immigrants opportunity to apply and gain legal status. President Barack Obama immigration reform, his statement is to keep families together and to expand opportunities for others that want to pursue their dreams. Okay. According to immigrationpolicy.org, there are approximately 50,000 students will be eligible to apply for residency under the Dream Act. President Obama, he believes that young people who were brought here through no fault of their own should be able to earn citizenship through military service or the pursuit of higher education. A lot of students that we actually might know, when they finish high school, they cannot pursue their dreams. Either they want to be the first ones to earn a degree and to graduate from college. In reality, we are all immigrants. Think about it. Are you willing to reconsider the negative image that are involved with the issue of illegal migration? Yeah. I will help illegal immigrants so they can be heard and they can better themselves and make a future to their family. I will tell family, friends, and neighbors to help illegal immigrants to do the same thing for just newcomers, and you will want them to do for you if you're new residents in their country. Thank you.
Guys, my name is Diana. Can I just have everybody close their eyes? Picture yourself at the age of 30. You just graduated from the university of your dreams. You finally have your career and you've been working so hard to achieve. You're married to the love of your life. You guys have a beautiful little girl. She's about 5 years old now. You and your family eat lots and lots of love, lots and lots of junk food due to the fact that you're always so busy from work. One morning you wake up to a loud thump coming from your daughter's room. You run to her room to find her passed out on the floor. You call 911, she's rushed to the hospital, and by the end of the day you realize that your daughter has been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, the most severe type of diabetes. Everybody can open their eyes. Healthy eating is associated with reducing the risk for many fatal diseases, including several of the leading causes of death: heart disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes. And that's according to the report of the Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee on Dietary Guidelines for Americans. Healthy eating. Does it really provide a better quality of life, and how does it do so? Does healthy eating prevent obesity? And how does obesity affect us today? And will eating healthy save your life? And how will it do so? According to the United States Department of Agriculture, eating healthy does not benefit you in any way. That is false. The more fresh foods you eat, the healthier you'll be. Eating foods high in fat and calories is key to a healthy lifestyle. That is false. Eating the right amount of fresh produce each day seems to be one of the keys to preventing chronic diseases. Healthy eating is boring. That's wrong. Eating healthy does not have to be boring. Finding out what's in your food by reading the nutrition labels is fundamental to healthy eating. According to the Department of Health, adults ranging from 16 and over were 62% were obese. Children 2 to 15, 30% were obese. For all adults, 26% were obese, and for 16% of children, all children were obese. Obesity is a huge problem in our country, and it has been proven that eating healthy does play a huge role in preventing obesity. By doing things like eating fruits and vegetables, eating healthy fats, and even by portion control, meaning you should be conscious of the portion sizes of your food. Because even though you may be eating healthy, too much of something is never good. According to the report Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee, not eating healthy can actually cause many of the leading causes of death. The leading causes of death diseases such as cancer, diabetes, osteoporosis, heart disease, endocrine disorders, digestive problems, asthma, autism, and it can even cause weight gain. So right now, would you guys be able to promise me that you guys will cut out all unhealthy foods from your diet and eat 100% healthy, and you'll go home and force all your family members to do the same? No? Okay. Will you guys be able to promise that you guys will go home and eat healthy, as healthy as possible, and educate the rest of your family the advantages of eating healthy?